Excellent. So I think we are live and streaming in the Facebook group. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. My name is Lauren Fitzgerald, and the beautiful person that is to this side of the screen is one of my closest friends, business partner, and also kind of a social media icon, Melissa McAllister. And this morning, we are here to welcome you to this group to give you a peek into what this whole coaching thing really is. You guys are here because you've either watched us on social media, someone has invited you because they see something in you that they think, she would kill it in the coaching business, or you're just a lurker and you're like, how the hell do these women have this kind of life from Beachbody Coaching? And so we're here to kind of demystify what this whole coaching thing is. And you're going to basically, like Melissa and I were just talking about before we went live, this is not some official like business meeting presentation. This is a conversation between two women to explain exactly what it is that we do in a very non-judgmental, non-threatening way, because obviously you don't have to say anything. You don't have to come on video. You don't have to ask any questions. You can just sit there, relax, and listen and take in everything that we are about to tell you. So first things first, I want to formally introduce she's my mentor, guys. And I will rewind back because I'm a medical doctor. A lot of you guys don't know that. I was a practicing anesthesiologist. So I have MD behind my names, but notice I say was because I no longer practice medicine, because this little job right here of Beachbody Coaching was actually what I have always desired to do, but never thought that I could make money. And when I saw people like Melissa McAllister doing what I actually wanted to do, but making the kind of money that I was making as an anesthesiologist, it got my attention. So you guys, I legit watched this woman for almost a year before I finally pulled the plug and was like, okay, I'm going to talk to her. It was a Monday morning, and I actually just posted this yesterday on my Instagram. It was a Monday morning. And those of you that don't know what anesthesiologists do, we have to wake up really early in the morning at all times of the night. And so this was an early morning Monday start. I saw her post about looking for other like-minded women that wanted to build a business in health and fitness. And I said, you know what? If I'm still thinking about this on Thursday morning, I'm going to act on it, because I'd seen her make these kind of posts a few times here and there in the past. Because remember, I've been lurking. She had no clue who I was. She's not a dance fitness person. And then Thursday morning, I'm still thinking about it. So legit at 5 a.m. Thursday morning, I went and clicked on the link in her post that led to an application essentially. And I was on the phone with her later. I really didn't understand what that day, that conversation, how it was going to change my life. I didn't realize how amazing this woman was in this business, because right now, to this day, she's almost been a coach for 11 years. And she has broken records in Beachbody that like no one ever thought could be done. She has been in the top 10 of this company. Top 10. This company has anywhere from, it started out small, obviously, but it's not small anymore. I think we're at over 400,000 coaches. And she literally has been in the top 10 more times than any other coach. And guess what? All of us that are on her team get to benefit from all of that experience, okay? She is not only top 10 and amazing business builder, but she's also a social media icon. A lot of people follow her on social media, especially Instagram. That's kind of her jam. She's pretty well known on Facebook too, but Instagram is her jam. And most importantly, this woman is the most authentically real, kind, giving, loving, hardworking, hustling woman that I have ever met in my life. And I am completely honored to introduce you guys to this woman, because we are going to be talking about together, but she's going to start off with, where are you starting off, Melissa?
It's hard, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. That's, you know how hard that is for me to sit here and smile when you say all that, but I appreciate it. Lauren's right. When it comes to stories, we've got about like 10 minutes to tell you, kind of hopefully to tell a story in a way that you can see yourselves in us. And we both have lots. I mean, if our story was a roadmap, there'd be roads that just go like this, because there's just so many levels to it. But I kind of want to share with you today that huge, obviously, huge. I'm totally blushing right now. That's why I've got so much lighting on me. Introvert, very difficult to hear such nice things, but always have been a huge introvert. And actually, I think, you know, the longer that I think about it, the more I realize that I was kind of almost trained or taught to be an introvert because I had birth defects in my feet and I was teased as a child. And my mom did a really good job of protecting me. But the protection also taught me how to hide from social situations altogether. And so I was just really uncomfortable meeting new people, being around people I didn't know. And she did the best that she could. But what happened was I found my love of my life, my high school sweetheart, Nick, when I was a sophomore in high school and he was a senior. We've been together ever since. And he was just that he kept seeing me. He was just over there going, I like hearing this when Lauren was saying all that stuff. We got married and I had 2 kids and I was a happy person because here I am, you know, I was a stay-at-home mom. I got to be by myself with my kids, but it did start to wear on me, you know, after a while. I was like, okay, these 2 small kids, love them to death, but I need a break from them. And so we actually had just filed bankruptcy back then and didn't have a lot of money. And I needed to find a way to be able to invest in me, to have time in me, and at the same time to be able to be away from my kids for just a little bit each day. And I found the gym. And at the time, the childcare was free. And so I got to drop the kids off in the gym. I knew they were safe. I knew they got to play with other kids and I could just be me for an hour. And I started off obviously in the back of the room, nervous, ended up in the front of the room, decided that I wanted to teach these classes. So I started teaching the classes. And then in the midst of all that, I ended up becoming a master trainer for a lady named Chalene Johnson. The name may ring a bell to you, it may not. She's a business mentor now, but back in the day, she was kind of a fitness celebrity. She has programs like Triple Kick, PiYo, Chalene Extreme, Turbo Fire, Turbo Jam. And so I became a master trainer for her where I taught other people how to teach group exercise. So I just got that bug, which I know Lauren has as well, where you just get that fire in your belly. It's like, wow, I enjoy mentoring other people. I enjoy helping other people level up to, you know, take what they love to do to the next step. And so was a master trainer for Chalene for quite a while. I really enjoyed it. It was a labor of love, not a lot of income, but it allowed me to have my own identity and my own purpose that I really didn't feel I had just staying at home, raising my 2 babies. And so I did that for a while. And then the opportunity to become a Beachbody coach came around because Chalene was also a celebrity trainer for Beachbody. And she told us, you know what, you've got such a passion for helping other people, and this is going to take what you love to do, and it's going to allow you to kind of just spread your net and cast it really wide. Because at the time we were only in the United States, which now we're in the United States and Canada and the UK and another country opening up in just a couple of months. And she says, and as far as income goes, she goes, I think this is the way that you'll be able to make a great living doing what you love, where that just wasn't an option before. And I'll be honest with you, the reason that I said, okay, I'll do this, I didn't understand it. I took a leap of faith, had no clue what I was doing. But the women that were coming aboard, I really respected. I knew they had great business minds. I knew they were doing it for the right reasons. And I had that fear of missing out, that am I going to be the only one that's not doing this? And so I jumped aboard. And I started running, and I still to this day, almost all of us do, run what we call accountability groups or online boot camps or support groups, challenge groups, where I get to help people all over the world with their health and fitness goals on a more personal and intimate level than I've ever been able to help them in the gym. And so I started running these groups, and I was kind of good at it. Who knew? And I was really helping people see results, and way more than I did in the gym, because in the gym they had an hour with me and I could hold them accountable for that hour to sweat. But what they did for the rest of the day, I had no control over. I had no way of being there for them. Where this way, I was there for these women every day, all day, and they were creating these friendships and relationships and really making a change. And because of the way that I was helping women, I started making an income. And it went very humbly to my very first $16 check. to now, doing much better.
Much better, y'all. For real, yeah. Much better.
We've been able to generate over 8 figures at doing this, but
yes, she said 8 figures, y'all. Just saying.
So we just kept going, and within 3 years of doing this, and please understand that, I'm one of those people that says, way back in the day, do you remember when? Beachbody was just a baby company when I came in, and so it was very different. There was no Shaun T, there was no Beachbody On Demand, there was no Shakeology, there was no Energize. So it really was a little bit harder, but still, I had that hustle to help people. And within 3 years, we were able to reach, the highest rank in the company, and we were able to retire Mick from a job that he hated. Which when I first started this, I had no idea it would take me to that level. I really thought it would just be, it would fill my heart. I could make supplemental income, and I would be around the women that I just really admired. And that's all that I was hoping to get out of it. But it just went so much farther. And so to be able to do that has meant everything. He's been able to reclaim his life that he thought he didn't have, but it didn't start off with that. But your why grows as you do this because you see a bigger picture. You grow into the person that you want to be. And for me, I just want to stress to you guys before I take it over to Lauren, that this business, just like your health and fitness, takes consistency and commitment, but it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. I can tell you, I can look you in the eye and tell you that I've been able to grow this to where it is and have been able to help thousands of other women and maybe 3 men follow the same path as me by doing 4 simple things. The first one, obviously, is I'm a product of the product. I love our program. I'm addicted to Shakeology. I drink Energize every single day. I'll eat a beach bar now and then, but I am a product of the product. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I talked about this the other day, that if you drink a protein shake, I won't go there, but if you drink a protein shake right now, or you grab a Quest bar, or you have a pre-workout anyway, why wouldn't you have the best? And we've got a doctor to tell you it is the best. Why wouldn't you have the best out there that's good for you? And it's something you can stand behind. Not only that, it can help you build a business. Instead of just consuming that stuff, consume it, help other people, and build a business. So I'm a product of the product. I've worked on me for the last 10 years. The woman that is here today is not the same woman that I was 10 years ago. In fact, I have a before and after picture I'm gonna put on my Instagram today or tomorrow. You can just see the confidence shift because I've taken the time to work on me with personal. I've got books all over the place. Personal development. I'm the most important thing I'll work on. So I've been working on me. I invite other people on this journey. I share my journey on social media, and I invite other people to tag along. You notice I don't grab them by the hair. I don't force them. I don't make them sign on the dotted line. I don't knock on their door. I share my journey, and I invite them to come along. Social media is a pretty big platform, and there's plenty of people out there that need help and need help the real way, not the quick fix way. And so by just being honest with your own story, you attract other people that need help. And then last but not least, I help people get results. So I invite them, and then I still run these accountability groups every single month, and I help them get results, and it's a ripple effect. And that is what has generated such a big business and allowed me to change thousands of women's lives, my life, my husband's lives, and even my kids' life. They have a legacy now. They'll be taken care of for the rest of their lives because of this. So it's been everything to me and then some. And the best part of it, I have to say, is I'm a different woman than I was, but I also, my circle of friends is different. And that includes Lauren. And she tells you the story of when she reached out to me. And I'll be honest, you're like, oh no, she's a doctor. There's going to be ego there. She's going to feel like she's better than this. And so my expectations were really low when I got on the phone with her. I was hopeful, but they were low because I was like, you know what? I'm not sure that, she'll be able to see past, a product instead and understand that this is all about community and actually helping other people. But boy, was I wrong. And she has filled my life with humor Love, drive. I have very few women on my team that drive me as hard as she does. Passion. And her and I are literally soul sisters. We went on she was my top coach. We went on a trip to Dubai and the Maldives together. And we slept in the same bed. Really didn't know each other super well, but just became sisters because of we just knew that we had the same passion for helping other women. And so I can just sit here and gush forever. But I'd love for you to hear her story and hear her side of this, because she does have a different perspective, stay-at-home mom versus business professional. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Lauren.
Thank you. Now I'm blushing. Okay, so here's the deal. I am definitely known for saying it the way it is, Lauren Tough Love. And that is definitely a result of me having the history that I have from my 20s, because in my 20s, so you guys, I graduated high school early. I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I'm firstborn. I'm the child that was supposed to be, a boy in my mind. So I have to prove my parents that I'm going to be super successful. So I graduate high school early. I go to 4 years of undergrad and then 4 years of med school and 4 years of residency. I'm done with 12 years of training by 29. I'm one of the youngest people in my med school group in my residency. I have been a driven person since day one. Okay. Now, when I got to the end point, meaning that, okay, I'm finally practicing on my own, I'm making big bucks. It was big bucks. There's no air quotes. I made really amazing money as an anesthesiologist, but I realized that money doesn't buy happiness. And I found myself, once the excitement of that big paycheck that I got for all of my hard work, once that kind of settled down and I started to realize, like, okay, so I'm seeing all of these people in the different hospitals that I work, surgeons, anesthesiologists, OR nurses, OR techs that have been there for years. And none of these people are happy. And then the PACU nurses, and then everyone in the hospital really is just not happy. And I'm a happy person. Like, I choose happy, right? So I was like, Now, here's a little kicker about me is that I've also been into health and fitness since I was a teenager, essentially. I grew up in a dance studio. I wanted to be Janet Jackson's backup dancer. When I realized that wasn't going to happen, I started teaching fitness classes, and I've always had a passion for health and fitness. I've always believed the three fundamentals that I preach about all the time: exercise, nutrition, and supplementation. And that's because that's the example that my parents gave me. So before I knew Beachbody, before I knew what Shakeology was, I've always believed that supplementation is actually an important third part of this trifecta of you being the healthiest you, okay? So fast forward to about my young 30s, I'm living in, I'm not gonna explain why, but northern Japan, military, ex-husband military. So I'm there, I create this hip hop dance fitness class because there's nothing else there like it. And I was bored. So I just did it. I literally taught for free because that's my passion. Exercise, nutrition, supplementation. I love helping others, and I'm on my own journey too, right? So I start this YouTube channel when I leave Japan, and it goes bananas. It's called Club Fits Fitness. Look it up. It's a really good one. But that being said, I made no money from it because I use music. And so everyone thought I was making bank. I've got, 330,000 subscribers, 100 million total views or whatever, make $0 out of it. And the people in the OR used to always joke, if you made that, would you leave medicine ever if you could make money? I'm like, yeah. That means I wouldn't have to be on call, wake up at 2 a.m. to come for an emergency C-section or emergency appendectomy or whatever. I wouldn't have to deal with all of the stresses. You guys, I deal with, you're keeping a patient alive, like high stress job, which at first I loved. And at the end of the day, I realized I really don't want that the rest of my life. But I didn't think that there was any way that I could actually make money from doing what I was actually passionate about. I was doing this for free. I was already coaching people, y'all. I had people in my inbox daily, all those Beachbody coaches that were saying, why are you not a coach? Yep. I totally blew them off. Like, you just want to make money off of me. This is a pyramid scheme, blah, blah, blah. I was totally closed-minded. I was that egotistical doctor that she was afraid that I might be. But that being said, I have grown exponentially post residency. And so by the time I talked to her, I realized there's a lot that I don't know. So I had already started on my journey of figuring out how I can be my best me and help other people. And that's actually how I found her. I was doing all my research about intermittent fasting, and that's how I found her and started lurking. Fast forward to the time that I decided, when I realized that what a Beachbody coach does is what I had been doing for years for free. I was like, done, sign me up. Because I also realized I had been doing so much research on how important it was, what the ingredients, what we put into our body. Because you guys, like I said, I've been buying supplements and protein shakes and all that kind of stuff for years, until I started learning and I started gaining knowledge, and I started realizing that, and I'll use this as an example, because Bulletproof Coffee actually was one of the first things that I started to learn about this. And so I would get into the habit of looking at ingredients and being like, oh, sucralose. That's a great example. Sucralose, AKA Splenda. Do you guys know how bad that is for your body? Your gut is like, that's where the root of all evil is. And it starts tearing up your gut, causing leaky gut, causing immune issues. Like I'm not going to get into it, but bottom line, go to your GNC or check those health and fitness products that you buy from your friend and look at the ingredients. And I immediately assumed the Beachbody was the same way, because I was like, whatever, pyramid, whatever, crap ingredients, but I was wrong. And when I really started to learn about Shakeology, I'm like, holy crap, I'm spending a buttload of money on these supplements that are already in this shake. And I was already drinking a protein shake until I realized that there's very few protein shakes out there that have good ingredients that taste good. So now all of a sudden I have good ingredients, good fitness products, and this whole coaching thing that says, hey, all you have to do is use the tools that we give you and the tools that life has given you to help other people. I'm like, well, that's kind of what I'm doing already. I just wasn't using Beachbody programs, but I know that they're legit. And now I know that the products are legit. Sign me up. Fast forward, I've been a coach now for 3 years and a few months. Just say, and I work hard. This does not happen because you have a good upline like Melissa. I made 6 figures from Beachbody coaching last year. And I'm sure this is where we're supposed to say Beachbody does not guarantee blah, 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 all of the disclaimer. But the fact is that if you work hard, you're passionate about helping other people while it keeps you on track on your health and fitness journey. That's all coaching is. And at the end of the day, I'd be doing this in 5 years anyway, in 10 years anyway, in 20 years anyway, because that's what I'm passionate about. So why the hell would I not start making a business that could pay my life and give me a life that I love because I'm doing what I'm passionate about? So there it is.
Fantastic. And one of the things that I think is most important for you guys to understand, and I hope you can kind of just feel the chemistry between the two of us, but we're just 2 examples of thousands and thousands of women. We even just had a retreat last weekend of some of the leadership that's on this team, and how much you attract your tribe. And so we've just created such a community of amazing people. The friends that I have today push me so hard to continue. I mean, I really at this point could probably sit back and just enjoy the decade of working this really hard. But you just, things change, and you go from wanting to do it for yourself and do it for your family to wanting to do it for as many people as you can. And that's where I am now. And Lauren's getting there as well with her ginormous team that's coming aboard. So I want to share with you that a lot of people come to me because I came into this being a fitness professional. I came into this being fit. And so a lot of people, their biggest hesitation is I'm not fit yet. Nobody's going to want to work with me as a coach because I'm not at my goal weight. And I want to tell you that's the farthest from the truth. And I'm talking from personal experience. As Lauren said, I had the opportunity to be a top coach several years, and Beachbody takes us on a fun little trip every year. And the 10 of us sit in a circle and we tell our stories. And I am always the only one in the group that started off as a fitness professional and fit. I'm the anomaly. All of these women have start off with just throwing their hands in the air, drawing the line in the sand and saying, I'm having trouble getting there, or I yo-yo, or you could be there just like me and have that passion for helping other people. But it's the people that just let the walls come down and stick to something and show their journey on social media that other people are so drawn to. I personally, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, would rather join, if I was to have a journey of my own, to follow somebody that's on it right now and to do it with them than somebody that's already arrived. You know, it's like there's less of a connection there than to find somebody for you to be, whether you have, I mean, you could have IBS, you know, you could have arthritis, all kinds of things that are making this a difficult journey for you, but a journey that you know you need to be on. And there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of other women on that same journey with you. And you just create this community of doing it together. So not being fit is absolutely not the reason to not do this, because number one, it's going to hold you to a higher standard of accountability and support to get to where you want to go. And number two, it honestly makes you very, very attractive on social media, because people like to work with people that they can relate to. And if you're that perfect little, you know, Instagram fitness model, they sell workouts, their own workouts. They have their apps, they have the nutritionals that they push, but there's no connection with that person. That person is not going to get on the phone with you. That person is not going to have a one-on-one conversation with you, where you will with people. And that is what makes the difference and gives people the lifestyle change that they need.
Okay, can we talk about the whole pyramid thing? Because I know that I mentioned it a little bit, but are we okay to talk about that? Okay, so here's the deal, guys. I too had that misconceived notion of Beachbody as a pyramid scheme, MLM, multi-level marketing. Okay, I ask you to take one moment and just open your mind a little and think about the what if. So first of all, an actual pyramid scheme, what that means is that if you're the first person to get into it, you are guaranteed to be wealthy, right? So you are up here at the top and you have multiple people, and no matter what, you are going to be making the most money. But I will tell you this. So this not only is not a pyramid scheme because it's illegal, but Melissa, so the person that's above her, I don't want to even tell you how much more money she makes than her. I don't have any coaches that have surpassed my income yet. Melissa obviously has not had someone surpass her yet. I'm going to try my darndest to do it. But in an actual pyramid scheme, that cannot happen. So what multi-level marketing, and I know that sounds like a bad word and we don't want to use a lot, but all it is, it's a different business model, and it's perfect for someone that has products that they're going to be buying anyway. And so for me, that fit perfectly because, like I said, since I was young, I've always believed that supplementation was necessary. In fact, GNC got a lot of my money for many years until Amazon started getting my money. And once I realized how important the quality of supplements are, then they got way more money from me, because the fact is that the supplement industry, it's like the wild, wild west. You never know what you're getting. So you really have to do your research and figure out what companies are actually, one, giving you what they say they're giving you, and two, have like clean factories where they make these supplements. Like, it is hard, guys. So once you know what you know, or what I know, I was spending a ton of money. So I was purchasing these products anyway. So people on my journey have always asked me, well, you know, what do you eat? How do you exercise? What are you taking? So I was already telling people, if I got money from every single product that I told other people about, I would be like swimming in cash right now, legit. So that is why a business model like this is perfect for someone like me, or maybe someone like you that's going to be buying them anyway. And let me tell you, the reason why she said, I really do think that it's harder for someone who looks like Melissa, who has her six-pack abs. It's harder for someone like her in the beginning, because if you have a transformation, if you come into this not having a beach body and you show people your journey That's so much more relatable, guys. And so not only is that not a reason to not do this, but I think it's a great reason to, because it holds you accountable and it attracts so many more people. But the whole pyramid scheme thing, I get your skepticism, but the fact is this is no different than any other business. If I love coffee, right? And if I were to open up a coffee shop here in the local Chicago area, as soon as it starts to do well, I'm going to pour my heart and soul into it. I'm going to work hard. And only because I work hard, it's going to be successful. If I only show up to it and just trust that the employees are going to do their job, and I only show up maybe 1 or 2 times a day, it's probably not going to be successful, right? But if I work hard and I do the business practices that I know are going to make it successful, I'm going to be able to open up a second business and then a third business and essentially franchise myself. And you guys, that's all Beachbody coaching is, but online. So it's much easier. I don't have to drive and drive and drive. And here in Chicago this time of year, you don't want to be driving anywhere because of the snow. But that being said, it's just a different business model, but it's a smart business model for those of you that are going to be purchasing products like this anyway. Did I kind of catch everything that I needed to say?
Yeah, totally. This is essentially it's just peer-to-peer marketing, and it's 2019, and that's where we're going. You're on social media, and you don't watch commercials anymore. You don't care what celebrities companies use to push a product. It's what someone you're following on social media or a good friend that you have. This is like, holy cow, this skincare is amazing. It's cleared up my acne. It's the peer-to-peer marketing, and that's exactly what it is here. It's the same thing. And just really quick, knowing the company well, Beachbody had the opportunity to take having such success with their products to put them on the shelves of Walmart and Costco and stuff like that. And they just decided not to do that because it doesn't help people. This helps people. When you buy a product, you get a coach who's going to help you see it through. So instead of giving Walmart the commission to put it on the shelves, they give us the commission because we truly help people. So it's smart, and it's really the way that business is going. Amazon is nothing but small business owners. Amazon sells at Airbnb, Lyft, Uber, Etsy, all of that is just small business owners, which is what we are, owning our brand and who we are and helping other people through health and fitness. So I wanted to share with you really quick that I also get people that'll tell me that they feel like they don't have time to do this, especially my perfectionists out there who feel like they have to go all in and they have to give this a full-time effort right in the beginning. You don't. Let me be real with you really quick and remind you that you have to take care of yourself anyway, right? You have to exercise. You need to get proper nutrition. You need to supplement anyway, right? So why wouldn't you do it in a way that would allow you to create fun money or pay off some debt or a full-time income, allow you to bring yourself into a community of people that will cause you to really want to level up as a human being anyway. So you can fit this business in pockets of your time. I'm traveling out of the country today, so I will work my business when I'm in the airport between flights. If the Wi-Fi is good, I will work, while I'm on the plane, right? I can work in Switzerland for the next week on my business on top of a mountain, just like I could work it right here in my office. And so if you've got children and you're waiting in the carpool line, or your daughter's in gymnastics and you can hop on your phone, you can get up 30 minutes earlier than your family to have some quiet time, do your personal development, get your workout in. There are pockets of time, which is what we are really good at helping you figure out so that you can find the time to work on you, to share your journey, to invite other people to do it with you, and then to help them see results as well. So the excuse of time doesn't fly because we promise we'll help you find the time. And plus, making money at this will give you time and freedom, which right now, if you feel like you don't have time, what do you have planned to help fix that problem to where you will have time, to where you can travel, you can relax a little bit and not have to stress about money?
All right, what else are we missing? I feel like we're missing some other major things that we need to address.
How about you don't have to be like an expert coming from the doctor?
Thank you. Okay, so this is a great point, because this is a challenge that I find, because so many people are intimidated to say no because they don't have the same credentials that I have after my name, MD, or, group fitness instructor times 20 plus years, or, nutrition expert or whatever. They're just a stay-at-home mom that needs to lose weight. And let me tell you guys, the woman, there is a woman who literally, how many times has she been number one? Like four. She literally was a stay-at-home mom that was struggling, losing that post-baby weight. And she got into one of these accountability groups, did, I think, Insanity to start off, lost a lot of weight. And then she learned how to work the business. And that has changed her life forever. So she has no credentials, no medical expertise, no nutritional expertise. She's never taught fitness. And in fact, like Melissa said, typically she is one of the only top coaches that has that fitness background. So I understand that, though, that voice, I call that voice Shonda, that voice that says that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you'll never be this, you don't look like them, so you can't be like that. I want you to shut Shonda up and set her in the corner and remember that this journey will change your life, starting off by changing up here. And then once up here changes, everything else changes. So I totally get that voice that's telling you right now, there's no way that you could ever be successful like these two women that you're looking at. And I'm here to tell you that that voice is lying to you, and you need to learn how to shut that up, and we will help you do that, because that is part of this journey of saying yes to coaching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just the transformation of seeing people. So if you are, you're a nurse or a doctor, or you're in the fitness facility, it feels like home. But if you're not, it is just the desire to lead by example, which is all you have to do, because everything is done for you. Trust me, we've got you covered with trainings and posts and everything. We just missing your heart, but everything else is done for you. You just kind of step into your power and you realize what an influence you can have, a positive influence you can have on other people.
Hey, can you address one more thing? Can you address the whole, well, my area is saturated, or all I see is Beachbody coaches? Can you please address that?
Yeah, that's so funny to me. I always joke, I want you to go to a restaurant and I want you to stand on the table and scream, I'm a Beachbody coach, and see how many people look at you and say, oh, you are? And we'd be like, what is that? But I'll be honest with you, it's funny to watch, being in this for 10 years, to watch Beachbody grow, because what we do is not the quick fix, easy, quick sell gadget. It is a lifestyle. We're teaching people to create healthy lifestyles for their family, and that's not easy compared to a wrap or a pill or a patch or any of that stuff. And so we don't have the huge burst. We're the tortoise. We consider the tortoise in the hare, and that's why you see such a strong community here, and people who do this for such a long time, because it clicks that this is something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life anyway. And if you feel like there's a lot of Beachbody coaches on your social media, it's probably because of Instagram or Facebook knowing that you're interested in health and fitness, whether it's losing weight or you're already in shape and you just like to follow other like-minded people. Facebook and Instagram knows that. And as coaches are also interested in health and fitness and personal development. And so they put us in your lives, which is a great thing. So you feel like there's a saturation of it, but there's really not. We are still a very humble company, growing at the perfect rate, not too slow and not too quick. And so to ever think that your area is saturated, and plus living in Dallas where I am, I have the most concentrated amount of leaders in Beachbody. We have most of the top ranked coaches here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm doing just fine because I have 3 countries where I can help people. And so, yeah, that's another thing that don't worry about that. You're going to own your niche.
And the fact is that I always tell people when I hear that objection, I always tell them, I want you to go to the grocery store and look around. And if there are still people that obviously are not healthy, and you can tell the ones, whether they are obese, or you can just tell that they don't have a healthy lifestyle. If you can go to places like that on a daily and see people like that, which we all know we can, then there are not enough coaches. And that's why I love the first time that I ever heard our CEO speak, he spoke to my heart, because he truly believes, just like you do and I do, and everyone that is in this, we believe that we can change the health of our nation, but it's not going to be from our government. It's not going to be from medicine. It's definitely not going to be from the food industry. It's going to be from people like us, helping people one-on-one, changing their lifestyle. And like you said, there's no quick fix. And you and I both know that we have a lot of people that have tried all of the quick fixes, and they keep coming back to us because quick fixes work fast. But then the moment that you stop doing them, or even not when you stop doing them, the weight comes back, and then you've jacked up your hormones, and then it's an even bigger mess. I mean, I see that specifically with people that do, and I'm not going to get on the keto plateau, but as a doctor, I know what people that are doing keto are doing to their hormones. And yeah, you'll lose weight at first, but then you're going to start losing hair, and then you're going to start having skin issues, and then you're going to halt because you've jacked up your hormones. And then you're going to come back to me and say, okay, teach me how to do this lifestyle thing, because I realize that no quick fix will work. And that's why we're the tortoise, but the tortoise wins the race, right? Just saying.
Absolutely. And then the last thing that Lauren brought to my attention is you may have a little tiny itty bitty following. Maybe you have a little tiny Instagram private account of 100 people. But when I started, I had 200 people on my Facebook. There was no Instagram. There was no like page. It was just me really learning how to bring value to other people's lives, which again is something that we're very good at teaching you to do, to where you post with intention and not only sharing your journey, but helping other people, keeping them inspired, educated, and obviously entertained through your social media. And it will organically grow right now, especially on Instagram, with nothing but getting help from us. We're very good at social media, your business and social media, and what we call curiosity marketing. So you will never feel like you have to be the person that holds up a product and pushes a product, puts a link out there. In fact, we discourage it. So it's really just you putting yourself out there on social media about your journey, not about the products that you use. You're not having a big social media following is null and void, because I did not have one when I met you. All right. Any other final words, Ms. Lauren?
One more thing I want to address, and this specifically speaks to a particular niche of people that follow me. Because for those of you that don't know, the YouTube channel, it's a dance fitness channel, right? So I tracked a lot of dance fitness people. And I know that one objection that a lot of those people have, and it might not be dance fitness for you, but you might love like yoga or CrossFit or whatever. And you're thinking, well, I don't love Beachbody programs. In fact, I've never tried them. Here's the deal. The fact is that you don't have to give up your identity and become full-fledged Beachbody coach and never do what you love. Okay. I want to make sure you understand that. I still do my dance fitness. I do my own thing in combination with Beachbody. What a Beachbody coach does is they take all of the tools that life has given them. So if you happen to be a fitness professional, maybe a personal trainer, or you teach your own format or whatever, or maybe you own a gym. I'm telling you, these are all tools that you can combine to ultimately make a difference in people's lives. So just see Beachbody as more tools in your tool belt to help change the health and fitness of other people. And in that process, there's going to be people that are like-minded like you that see, oh, wow, I love doing this and I would love to get paid to do it. So let's become business partners. And that's when really the fun happens. That's when this community of like my closest friends are my top coaches. Is that why they're my top friends? Yes and no, but we spend so much time together on stuff like this, Zoom. I meet with them all the time, just like Melissa meets with her leaders. A community forms from like-minded people. So I just want to make sure that those of you that are here, that you have your thing and you've never tried you guys, before, I will admit this, I've admitted this multiple times, but before I said yes to the coaching opportunity, I had never done a Beachbody program and I had never tried their products. I had done research and I knew that their products were of my standard, and it was stuff I was taking already, like I said earlier. I knew the reputation of Beachbody programs was good. And I believe that you have to change up your exercise to keep the body guessing. I've always believed that. So just because you've never tried a Beachbody program or product does not mean that you wouldn't be a great coach, because ultimately I believed in the same concept that is behind this company, behind the CEOs that created this business. The same reason why they didn't sell out to the Walmarts and the Targets, because they believe that we, the individual, can make a difference in the health and fitness of the people that are in our community, in our country, and in the world. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yes, yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and close this out. But Lauren brought up a good point. You know, I eat a higher fat lifestyle, definitely not keto, but I want people to quit doing low fat, really, essentially. And I'm an intermittent faster. I have been for 20 years, and that's not a Beachbody program or a Beachbody platform. That's me and my beliefs and something that I share that is outside of Beachbody. And so whatever, you know, like she said, paleo, vegan, raw, you know, all that stuff, you will still be who you are ×2. This is just going to give you additional tools. And from what I've heard, we are really adding to our catalog this coming year a lot. So you'll have so many tools to help people. But what's going to happen next is we are going to post, it's a 12-minute video. It is, as you can see, Lauren and I spent 45 minutes just talking to you about really us. And you're like, well, you know, how do you actually make money? We got you covered. We have a great 12-minute video that I'll go through very quickly, but very to the point, unlike us who get off on tangents. And probably answer 90% of the questions that are lingering in your head right now about this. Is this a right fit for me? So we want to ask you to don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are. The video is going to come up just as soon as you see us come off, and watch it. And then hopefully it answers all your questions. If you have one or two more, feel free to come into this group and ask it, or to ask the person that invited you in. And then they will also tell you about the next steps to get started. We do have a brand new coach training this coming Wednesday. We would love to have you in there. You can be our mid-February graduating class. And that's where you will instantly start to feel the community, the support, knowing that you're in this for yourself, but never by yourself. We'd be really excited to have you a part of this. We have nowhere to go except for up, 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 up. And we would love to have you a part of that. Any other closing words, Lauren?
Nope, I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Lauren, for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Have a great week.